Hello and welcome to another video. I'm back today with another charity shop haul because I went to one of my local areas this morning and I got quite a lot. You remember like a few weeks back I did another charity shop haul that was in a different area. This area I've not been to for probably about a month and a half, so there was a lot of really nice things waiting for me, and I'm going to show them in this video. I'm going to start though with a non-charity shop pickup purely because it literally just came for me in the post. So that is this Call of Cthulhu, Alone Against the Frost. This is a solo adventure for the Call of Cthulhu tabletop RPG, and I did an unboxing of the starter set of this not too long ago, and there's like one solo scenario in that, and they also publish, I think there's about three or four of these solo ones, so I thought I'd pick that up because I'm probably going to be like mostly playing it solo, and it's essentially set out kind of like a choose your own adventure book. And you use the rules that are in the starter set to play this, so that's quite that's quite meaty. That's actually thicker than I expected it to be. So yeah, looking forward to that one. So let's get on to the charity shop stuff. So it's all books this time. I'm going to start with the hardbacks. So I've got this very vintage looking 50 True Tales of Terror. So this is, as you might imagine, like a collection of true stories of like weird shit and serial killer stuff, I think, and Salem witches, Black Hole of Calcutta, just a load of like that kind of thing. So that looks quite interesting. Looks like a lot of like folklore stuff in there as well. Yeah, it's nice. When did this come out actually? Because this does look rather old. I would guess 70s, 72. Well, this edition is from 74. I really like the cover. Simple but effective. So more hardbacks. I'll go with another non-fiction one. Arthur C. Clarke's Mysterious World. This is one I'm pretty sure I actually had as a kid because I do recognize that cover, and I'm pretty sure I owned this at some point. But this is again a load of like weird shit basically. That's the kind of thing that's in it. If that'll focus, you can kind of see that. But stuff like Loch Ness Monster, Stonehenge, UFOs, etc. And I do believe this has photos and stuff in it as well. It does indeed. Yeah, it's got like a bunch of photos and etc. So that's going to be quite interesting to have a flick through. I've got like loads of books of these. They probably mostly contain like the same kind of stuff, but you know, why not have more? Why not have more? So moving on to the fiction stuff, we have Prey by Michael Crichton. I don't actually have any Michael Crichton books. I've often wanted to pick up Jurassic Park, but I've never actually seen it out in the wild. I've seen The Lost World out in the wild quite a few times, but never actually seen this. And this one appears to be some kind of creature created by nanotechnology that's like going berserk in the desert, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so some kind of like technological creature or technological event, something like that. But it's a really meaty book. Well, the pages are quite thick actually. I mean, it is only about 350 pages. It just looks a lot bigger because the pages are quite thick. But yeah, sounded interesting, so I picked that up. Next we have an anthology. There's probably nothing new in there that I don't already have, but I love the cover. And you've got like the full cover on the back with like a zombie hand coming up there, and quite a lot of stuff in here. Let's have a look. Yep, so you've got all of that stuff, and all of that stuff. So again, like I said, probably got everything, but you know, I don't mind having stuff like multiple times. That's not a problem for me. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The next one is not a horror one, but it looks absolutely beautiful. I've heard of it, but I don't really know that much about it. So it's a graphic novel, Alice in Sunderland, and it is supposed to be about Lewis Carroll's connections with Sunderland, mixed in with a bit of history of the whole country, mixed in with a bit of like mythology and folklore. This is only £4, which really surprised me. This is a really nice, huge book, and I'm a big fan of Alice in Wonderland, and this just looks right up my alley. So like I say, it's not explicitly horror, but it does look very nice, and for £4, you know, I'm not going to turn that down. That looks fantastic. So on to the paperbacks. We have The Last House on Needless Street. I've heard a lot of people talking about this one online, and I thought I'd give it a go. I've heard some very good things. I've heard a couple bad reviews. I do have one of her other books, Sundial, I believe it's called, and this one seems to be more of kind of like a haunted house kind of thing. Says something about something being buried in a dark forest at the end of the street. I've heard it's got kind of like a weird narrative which like switches backwards and forwards in time, and switches backwards and forwards in perspective and stuff like that. But yeah, it seemed interesting. Like I said, I've heard some good stuff. The next one, Sean Hudson Omnibus, Death Day and Renegades. I do already have Renegades, but I don't have Death Day, so I picked this up. I've got quite a lot of Sean Hudson actually. I should probably like read one of his books at some point, because I've not actually read any of them. I may jump into a Sean Hudson book after I've read my current book, because I do like I said, I do have like a hell of a lot. Another author that I've got a hell of a lot of, and I've never actually read anything by, is John Saul. And this one, I might actually have this. I don't have it with that cover because I would recognize the cover, because it's very weird with a kid's head just in the middle of like a tidal wave. Yeah, I definitely don't have this edition if I do have the book. But yeah, I picked up a bundle of John Saul books recently. I think it was about a dozen or so. So I do actually have like quite a lot of his books now. Next we have The Fading by Christopher Ransom. Again, I've got a couple Christopher Ransom books. Not actually read them. Don't really know too much about what this one's about, but you know, another one to add to the collection. Next we've got Fiend by Peter Stenson. Never heard of this guy before, but that cover is cool as shit. It seems to be a zombie novel, and I'm not generally massively into zombies, but you know, just based on that cover, I wanted to pick this up. Next we have Peter Straub, Full Circle. Again, awesome cover. I have read some Peter Straub. Well, I read the two books that he did with Stephen King, The Talisman and Black House. I've read both of those, but I've not actually read one of his own novels. I have this and I have Ghost Story, and that's all I have of Peter Straub solo stuff. The last one again isn't really a horror, but it is something that I've been looking out for a while. Virginia Andrews, Flowers in the Attic. I watched this movie a lot when I was a kid, but I've never actually read the book. I believe my mum's read the book. I've not. But I have one of the sequels to it, and you know, it's something that I want to kind of like, you know, see if the book kind of like is better than the film, which probably is. It usually is. Not a particular fan of that cover. A lot of the older Virginia Andrews books have kind of like step back covers with really nice like painted artwork. That's just a photograph of some random girl. Not particularly interesting, but you know, it's not just about the covers as much as I love a good cover. It's what's inside that counts, and this is something that I've wanted to actually read for a while. Like I say, it's not horror. It has elements like children being abandoned in an attic, and a whole lot of like horrible shit happening to them, and yeah, I don't really remember much more than that from the film, but I will definitely get to that at some point, because I have been looking forward to reading that, and I have been looking out for it for a while. I believe there are 3 in that original trilogy. This is the first one, and I have the 3rd one, If There Be Thorns, but I've not got a 2nd one, so I will keep an eye out for that and see if I can get the whole trilogy. And that is everything. Like I said, quite a lot of stuff today. I've not been to this particular place for about a month and a half, so the charity shops like restocked all the good shit, and then I came and took all the good shit. I'm probably not going to do a charity shop run for a few weeks. I usually go each week with my dad, and he's on holiday for the next couple of weeks. Whether or not I can be asked to go on my own, I don't know, we'll see, maybe. But that's it for today's video, and I now have to try and find space for all of these books, which is not going to be easy. It's getting more and more difficult to actually find spaces to put these, but I will find somewhere. They can go somewhere. So if you enjoyed this video, please click like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.